Hello everyone, welcome back to Myths After Midnight Begins. We got a good story for you, so let's get into it. The Man in the Window. In 1998, a quiet mechanic named Paul Leston lived alone at the edge of Briar Ridge, a rural town where nothing ever really happened. Paul was known for two things: never missing a day of work, and never opening his curtains. Not once ever neighbors joked that sunlight wasn't his thing, but as long as his old pickup rolled out every morning at 6:10 a.m. sharp, nobody thought much about him. Until the morning it didn't, when Paul didn't show up to work. His boss drove out to his house. The front door was locked. The lights were off. Everything looked normal until he walked around back. There, in the kitchen window, was Paul, standing perfectly still, staring up through the glass. His boss called the police immediately. When officers entered the home, they found something strange. The house was spotless. No signs of struggle, no forced entry. But the kitchen was freezing cold. The thermostat had been turned down to 42 degrees, and Paul Leston wasn't in the house. The man in the window had been a coat rack, a heavy wooden one dressed in Paul's jacket, hat, and work boots, positioned perfectly to mimic a person standing and staring outside. Someone had staged it. Detectives found another odd detail. Every curtain in the house had been torn down and neatly folded on the floor. Paul's neighbors swore they'd seen the curtains in place the night before. Whatever happened fast. In Paul's bedroom, investigators finally found their first real clue. A single sheet of lined paper sat on his nightstand. On it, in shaky handwriting, were 4 words: "He came through here." Nothing else. And no fingerprints. No signs of forced entry. No footprints in the yard despite fresh mud from rainfall the night before. Paul Leston was never found. A month later, 100 deep in the Briar Ridge woods, reported seeing something unsettling. A small shack with a curtain hanging in the window. Paul's curtain. Detectives searched the forest for days. They never found the shack again. The only consistent witness account came from Paul's next-door neighbor, who insisted that on the night Paul vanished, long after midnight, she saw a figure standing in his kitchen window. But the coat rack was found wearing Paul's clothes, meaning that the figure she saw wasn't shaped like a coat rack, and it wasn't Paul. To this day, Briar Ridge locals say if you drive past Paul's old house late enough, you can sometimes see a man standing in that back window again. But investigators finally solved that part. They checked the house. There's no coat rack inside anymore. I would like to thank everyone still here watching. If you could drop a like and subscribe, it would be appreciated. I hope everyone has a spooky night and stay safe.